Hello everyone, we're back today with another GCSE PE revision lesson and looking at classifications of bones. So if you look on the page now you can see we have 4 classifications of bones that you will learn at GCSE level. So the first type, and they've got a particular function as well, the first type we're going to look at are long bones. Now, long bones aid movement by working as levers. So the big examples of this are humerus, for example, in the arm, and also the femur in the leg. Now, long bones work as a lever to increase the pace on the ball when kicked. Now, when you're running quickly, you're creating speed, your long bones will create that. So the long bones will create lots of force, can get lots of power, can make us quick. Okay, so think about the main big long bones in the body. The second type of bones we'll look at is short bones. Now, short bones are weight-bearing and provide support for the body. A good example of a short bone would be the carpals or the tarsals. Remember, T for toes. So the carpals in the finger, okay, or the phalanges and the metacarpals, these are short bones. And what they will do is when you're carrying an object, for example, if I'm carrying a shopping bag, for example, they will support the weight of the shopping bag in my hand. And also, if I'm doing something like a handstand, they'll bear the weight of that. My toes, for example, think about when I'm walking, when you're walking, your toes are constantly having to bear the weight of the body. So I weigh 94 kilograms, but my toes, which are quite small and stubby, they're able to bear the weight, to take the weight of my body constantly going on them. Okay, 2 more types of bones that we look at are firstly flat bones. So flat bones' main main function, is to protect. Okay, so they have broad surfaces to protect things. So the cranium protects the brain, the ribs, big one, protects the lungs and protects the heart. So examples in sport, as we said before, the cranium would protect the brain when heading a football, or when receiving a chest pass in basketball, the ribs would protect the heart and lungs in case you slightly missed the pass, it would go into your heart and lungs. And the final type we'll look at is irregular bones. Now, irregular bones provide protection as well and are also a place for muscle attachment. It's very similar to flat bones, to be honest. However, irregular bones just look a little bit irregular. So the vertebrae is the best example of that. So think about the vertebrae column in the back. Look at the picture here. Okay, they just look a bit strange. They have specific uses and are designed for that. Example of use of this is that muscles attached to the vertebrae allow a hockey player to bend their back to dribble the ball. Okay. Also, every single message that's sent from the brain to the body will go through the spinal cord. The spinal cord is protected by the vertebrae. So again, without this, your body would not be able to work. That's why when someone gets into a car crash, for example, or has spinal damage, it can maybe mean they can't walk, depending on what happens in their spine, because once that cord is being cut or broken, that affects the message from the brain to that body part to make it move. So, for example, if your spinal column is, if you have a damage to your spinal cord or it gets broken, which is quite hard to do, so don't worry about it, but if it gets broken, you might not be able to walk. So muscles in your leg would still be able to work, but the signal from the brain telling them to move would not be able to get there. So you would not be able to walk for that reason. A couple of little questions we've got at the bottom there to look at. Okay, worked examples here. So which type of bone is the ulna? And it's a long bone. Okay, the ulna here. Remember, RTT, radius to thumb. Your ulna is here. And finally, the question is, explain how the bone type at the wrist allows the gymnast to perform this position here. Now, firstly, the wrist bones, muscles here, are short bones. So we think about what short bones do. They are strong, so they are able to take the weight of the whole body. They are also, they can bear weight for the gymnast. So that because they are strong, they can bear the weight of the gymnast. That's your second point or second mark. And your third mark would simply be allowing them to hold their position to give the opportunity to get a good score. Okay, so when we give these 3 mark questions, our first mark is always for saying what they do. So they're strong. Okay, they're short bones, sorry. Then for saying they are strong will be your second mark because short bones are strong. And the third mark will be for how would that help that performer. Will it help the performer because by holding this position, they're able to win more points, possibly making them win the competition. Okay, that's just finished now for class 4 classifications.